Welcome back to my animal education series. Today I'm here with Mindy at the Scovill Zoo. Hello.
Hello.
So who do we have here?
This is Irwin, and Irwin is named after Steve Irwin. He's a hand-raised Kookaburra, and they are native to Australia. He's one of our program animals here at the zoo. He's very friendly, and he's used to being handled and pet, so we take him to schools and churches, and he does mobile zoos. And we also have another Kookaburra here at the zoo who's just on exhibit all the time, and that is Fred. Fred hangs out here in the aviary with the toucans, and he doesn't really go on programs like Irwin, so we kind of have an exhibit and a mobile zoo Kookaburra here.
And obviously he's pretty well behaved.
Yes, he likes to call sometimes, and he gets a little feisty if he's done being handled, but for the most part he'll hang out with you for a good 20-30 minutes and let kids pet him and get an up-close look at him. As they go through the zoo, we'll take him out into the middle of the zoo and let people pet him and look real close.
So they're from Australia, but what kind of environments are they typically found in?
I believe wooded areas. They like to have some cover. They do like to hunt near water. They're part of the kingfisher family. So they will catch fish, but they also like snakes and lizards and insects and mice. Here at the zoo, he eats mice and sometimes bird of prey diet, which is kind of some meat that we feed like our eagles and hawks and stuff. He likes that too, but most of the time he eats mice. So wherever they can hunt and find their food.
So one of the things many people know about Kookaburras is their very unique laughing call.
Yes, he likes to do his call. We usually can't get him to do it on command, but he does it pretty often. A lot of times when he sees Fred, they'll do it. But yeah, it's pretty loud, and a lot of people think it sounds kind of like a laugh, and so they have the nickname the Laughing Kookaburra. And some people also think that it kind of sounds like monkeys. I don't know if I've ever really thought that, but sometimes when they get going, and a couple of them even, some people have said that it sounds like a group of monkeys. So it's nice and loud.
Calling when he first saw us. But as soon as we brought the cameras to film it, he just shut down. He's a little shy.
He's a little shy of the camera, but I'm sure as soon as we shut it off, he'll start yelling for us.
It seems to be a reoccurring theme. Everywhere we go, there's a Kookaburra. They always call, but as soon as we bring out the cameras, they don't like it anymore. They just stop. So what's one of your favorite things about a Kookaburra?
I think their beak is kind of cool. I just think that since it's so big and large and how they can hunt really well with it, they can pinpoint and catch things, and they can catch quick moving things, and it's just kind of impressive. I kind of like that about them. And one day when Irwin was out in an outdoor enclosure for a while, he actually caught a little snake, and so I came walking up and he had a snake just hanging out of there, and I was like, wow, that was pretty impressive, buddy. And you know, rodents are quick, you know, and they can grab them so quick. So just that they're so precise with their beaks, and that they really can do some damage with those things. Pretty impressive.
What enrichment is done with these Kookaburras?
A lot of times here at the zoo they like mealworms, just because they'll eat little insects, and so we like to take like boxes or some sort of containers and put some like shredded paper or something in there and hide some mealworms, and he'll kind of tear it apart and find the bugs. And they also kind of do a thing where they smack their prey, so if they catch like a mouse or a lizard or something and it's not quite dead, or they're going to struggle trying to swallow it, they'll actually smack it really hard on the ground over and over. And so we can give him enrichment that he has to really fight to get and pull out, and then he'll smack it around. So that's kind of cool, because it gets him to do some naturalistic behaviors that he would do in the wild. And that's kind of our main focus with enrichment here, is we don't want to give the animals just a toy or a ball. We want to give them things that make them do things that they naturally do, so promote naturalistic behaviors. And so he's kind of fun to enrich, because he's always ready to destroy, tear into things, and smack things around. So he's a fun one to give enrichment to.
So how does this coloration help them in the wild?
Well, if they're in wooded areas and stuff, obviously the brown color is going to help camouflage him a little bit. So I would say probably that would be the best answer for that, just to blend in with the wooded areas.
I mean, kind of like a shark, like he has the...
See, he's going to show you that sharp beak there.
Hopefully he doesn't bite me. But he has the brighter underside and then the darker up top.
Yes, yes, very true. Kind of like the penguins, you know.
The penguins and sharks and other
Yeah.
larger birds of prey.
True, very good point.
He just keeps staring at me.
Yeah.
The entire walk down here is just staring at me the whole time too.
And sometimes when they feel intimidated, which he's fine and calm now, but they'll stick this hair up, or the feathers up right here, and he'll kind of puff his body out and try to look larger and more intimidating. So it's kind of cool when he's when he sticks all of his feathers up there on the top of his head. He looks quite different.
Are you looking at your friend?
So yeah, he's really easy to hold. He just steps right up like that. So if you usually just take your hand and kind of put it there on his breast, he'll step up on there. And a lot of times you would think birds would kind of want to just hang out on your finger like a little perch, but he prefers to just stand on your hand, on the side of your hand. That's where he's most comfortable. I think he's checking out Fred now. Hey Fred. Here's your cousin. Fred's not that impressed. All right.
So what enclosure is this?
This is Irwin's daytime enclosure, so we want him to be able to get some fresh air and get outside and see some things and be enriched throughout the day. And so we put him in here about 8 o'clock in the morning when we get here, and then at 4 o'clock he goes back into the animal care center in his holding pen, and then he comes back out the next morning. So every day he gets to be out here for about 8 hours a day. And
Let's put him back home then.
obviously his wings are trimmed just a little bit so that he doesn't fly away while we're doing programs and stuff. So he just has some lower branches in here to hang out on. So he likes to hang out in this spot right here. Come back for you at 4, Irwin.
And I'd like to thank Mindy so much for letting me interview her about the Kookaburra. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to leave a big thumbs up down below, subscribe to my channel, and also check out my Instagram, @ColeShirk. As always, I'll see you next week.